My name is Eric Diaz. I am a sophomore here at the University of Wisconsin-Madison. I am of Hispanic descent, oldest of three, and also first-generation college student. Upon arriving at the university, I recall the university emphasizing diversity as one of its key selling points. The university offers many different multicultural groups and organizations, yet despite the efforts of the university to sell the diversity, I often find myself as an outsider here on campus. I did some research and the last student demographics done were from 2008. Back then, 70% of the student population was white, that's about 30,000 students, and about 5% for Hispanic, and a little less than that for African Americans. My aspirations for the presentation are to explore diversity at the university, get student response, offer suggestions for improvement, and discuss the benefits of diversity. To explore the benefits of diversity, I researched the man who has diversified his business and reaped the rewards of doing so. The man you see on the screen is Bud Selig. He is currently the commissioner of Major League Baseball. He graduated from UW-Madison in 1956 with a degree in history and political science. What is it that UW can learn from his former student? Well, for starters, Bud Selig has done a lot for the sport of baseball alone. He's increased popularity with new TV contracts and relocating franchises to more profitable and attractive location. He dealt with the biggest scandal in baseball's history, the steroid scandal, and helped make tremendous strides in testing and educating youth and players about the dangers of steroids. More importantly, he has diversified the game of baseball and been an advocate for the celebration of diversity. It started with him honoring Jackie Robinson, the first African-American player in Major League history, by commemorating his achievement. He helped bring the game of baseball to other countries by installing programs and advising leagues in Latin American countries. One of the most impressive feats he accomplished was getting Major League Baseball and other leagues around the world to form the World Baseball Classic, a World Cup for baseball. The diversity of the game is seen just by looking at the player demographics. 27% of the league is Latino, not including managers, owners, and other team personnel. 10% is African American, and a smaller but growing number of 3% of Asian players. On top of all that, Bud Selig created DBP, Diverse Business Partners. DBP is a program that seeks to promote minority and women business by increasing opportunities for both to participate in procurement activities of Major League Baseball. The University of Wisconsin-Madison can learn from Bud Selig and how he used diversification to improve his business. UW and Major League Baseball alike are a business and must be treated as such. I believe that by looking at Bud Selig's example of success, the university can learn better techniques and approaches to diversity. The benefits of diversification in higher learning institutions have been studied, and the results were impressive. The study was conducted by the University of Michigan to show that participation in multicultural programs would help students learn sentiments and skills needed in a plural democracy. The results were many, and some keys one were students' new interest in learning about other cultures and heritages. Also, there was an increase in community service through political activities. By diversifying the university, you can create an environment with different ideals and views that will change others to rethink or reaffirm their views and ideals. The University of Wisconsin-Madison speaks about the Wisconsin experience, the idea that together we create and apply learning inside and outside the classroom to make the world a better place. Students are surrounded by others of different backgrounds and nationalities. It provides them the exposure to new ideas and in turn helps them grow into a better student and citizen of the world. The rest of my video includes a few one-on-one interviews with students from different areas of the country on views of affirmative action and diversity on campus. The overall goal of the interview is to get a student's point of view on these issues and hopefully come up with a consensus of sorts. After the interviews, I will offer up some suggestions on the way the university can increase their campus diversity.
He is from
Chicago.
Chicago, Illinois. He's a sophomore here at UW.
I definitely see diversity in the university. I think in classes is an easy way to see it. Working with people in different groups, you definitely see people that come from all different backgrounds, ethnicities. Yeah, for sure. I think it helps to learn about, people's views from different backgrounds, so you aren't isolating yourself with people, the same type of people, and you don't gain anything, and I don't think it helps your relationships to grow.
Alright, this is Rob. He's from
Chicago.
He's a sophomore here at UW, and I have some questions for him.
I mean, it's definitely useful in terms of getting people from different places with different opinions and different experiences. Definitely benefits other people and the people. It benefits the university and the people that go to the university to have some diversity. Affirmative action is it's kind of fighting racism with more blatant racism. So really, I guess what I perceive to be the goal of Johnson back when that was kind of enacted was to kind of benefit people not necessarily of a different race, but of that or that were held back kind of by socioeconomic status. So I kind of think affirmative action benefits the people it doesn't need to, and none of the ones that it actually needs to.
Right. This is Stephanie Castillo. She's a sophomore here at UW, and she is from
Whitefish Bay.
Wisconsin.
Yes.
And I just have a few questions to ask her.
Yeah, I mean, there are groups like AHAMA, and they give attention to minority groups. I feel like they do put forth a good effort.
All right.
I do see benefit because when you diversify the population, you get more diverse thoughts, obviously, because it's more diverse.
All right. Here I have Jenny. She is from,
Whitefish Bay, Wisconsin.
and I'll be asking her some questions today.
I see some diversity, but not as much as, no offense, the university claims to have. I would say it depends, because I feel like affirmative action can help students who aren't quite ready for this type of education, or like the level, I would say. So, I guess if you start behind, it kind of hurts the individual student, but I guess it's up to the individual student to put that much more effort.
The consensus among the students that I interviewed seemed to be that the university was not as diverse as it marketed itself to be. But what is interesting to note is that they felt as though the university did do a decent job in diversifying the student body in terms of effort. In terms of affirmative action, though, there was a mixed reaction. Some felt as though it was useful, and others found that perhaps it could be improved upon. I believe that the university can continue to put more resources in diversifying the student body. Programs and scholarships that attract students would be a good start, as well as continuing the support they have for multicultural groups already on campus. I hope the University Diversity Department can use my presentation to generate more discussion on this issue of diversity and the lack of it here at the University of Wisconsin-Madison. With the hope that with my efforts, more students will gain awareness of the issue, because I truly believe that a diverse environment promotes growth and new ways of thinking and ideas. Thank you for your time. Have a good day.